Hey guys, here's the scenario. Your buddy built you an $800 gaming PC about 3 years ago. All of a sudden it shuts off and won't turn back on. So you give him a call. He comes over, turns out you overvolted the processor way too far and it ended up with the processor failing. So you don't get paid for 2 weeks and you ask your buddy, hey, can I borrow a CPU for 2 weeks? He responds with, I think I got a Sempron. And your response is, but will that work? So welcome to the very first episode of But Is It Possible? And we will find out in one moment if a Sempron single core will get you through those basic games for 2 weeks. So the only game that was tested was League of Legends. Other games didn't seem to fare out too well. But 45 FPS, minimum 25 during team fights, 1080p, medium-low settings. It took a couple minutes to get used to. Would not recommend it for ranked. But I got through the game and finished pretty well with Skarner. Now, Heaven benchmark, a little bit of a different story here. Not CPU bound at all. It really maintains solid FPS. Going in here, we're only rocking about 38.7, 38.8 FPS on Heaven. Definitely would be more of a GPU bound test more than CPU. Now this is synthetics, so it's really only going to test the GPU in this particular category, and Heaven's a bit older. However, going into Valley benchmark now as it comes into focus here. A little bit lower on the CPU, as you see there's a fair bit of stutter. Going in here while the camera's trying to focus, you'll notice that it's right around that lower 20 FPS mark. Really not that impressive considering it's an R7 370 GPU. But it pretty much got it done, but not that well. A ton of stutter. I had to turn, well, it was running high settings, but I couldn't run anti-aliasing or anything like that, but it did manage to get the job done. So, conclusion time, guys. The question is, but is it possible? It's possible, but not ideal. World of Warcraft and StarCraft 2 did not work at all. It was a complete slideshow. League of Legends did work. That's the only game I would probably recommend even testing, but not doing it ranked. But it is possible with an SSD and 8 gig of RAM. Your basic browsing with Chrome is okay. I definitely ran into a lot of bottlenecks just setting everything up. But I guess it could get you through. It really depends on what games you play. So, thank you guys for tuning into the very first episode of But Is It Possible? Linked in the description below is going to be links to where we bought everything for this video. And if you guys do purchase any of those products, it does help us out a lot, as well as where we got Windows through kingwin.net. In the description below, you can find it for as little as about $30. But thank you guys. This is Steve from PC Budget Solutions, and I will see you guys later on down the road. And go ahead and watch me dying a really, really horrible death and some horrible frame rates to go with it. Thanks.